We're in Port Orange doing laundry. We just went out to dinner with Brett Pink and his wife and his brother. So now we're doing laundry and getting ready. Tomorrow we're going to go to Willie's Tropical Tattoo Bike Show. So that's where it'll be. It did rain a little bit. It was starting to rain again, or black clouds were coming again, so we decided to leave and started pouring down rain just right before we got to the trailer. So we did get wet, but, and like I said, 20 minutes it was over with, and it was fine again. So sprinkling a little bit on and off tonight here. So we took the truck down to Krabby's and we ate at Krabby's again. So we ate there and now we're doing laundry. So we got one person on. Unless that's just us. So we're sitting here
They can't find
talking
it.
to ourselves. What do you want?
I'm trying to get it to come up so I can see what kind of quality we got.
We're not sure what the internet's like here, so
We're going to see in a minute. We're
Where
looking it up,
he's-
and then we'll give you a rundown of if you've seen the thumbnail there. And I don't look too bad.
no,
So we'll turn it down.
turn it down.
Yeah. All right. Ooh. Table. She ain't wearing any clothes again. You're in the laundromat. We ran out of clothes. So
Much laundry.
we're going to give you an update of what's going on. Somebody hit the lottery.
That sounds like somebody.
Casino. So we went out to Tackleberry today and checked that all out, and I will talk a little
Picture's
bit
great.
about that today and tell you what happened there. Somebody else,
Caught in the rain.
somebody got hit in the crosswalk last night and died.
Somebody out at Cabbage Patch got hit.
That's what I said, in the crosswalk.
Somebody down here got hit too.
Yeah, but that wasn't in the crosswalk. That was a motorcycle. I don't know. Motorcycle last night in front of the Plaza Hotel, doing about 70 miles an hour with New York plates on. Motorcycle hit a
and run.
pedestrian, which I don't know if it was in a crosswalk. Don't know if it was at the hotel. There was no crosswalk there, so it might have been that the guy that hit that person, other than they were doing 70 miles an hour plus, that it might not have been their fault. But they said after they hit the person, the bike swerved, but they do have camera footage of who it is. So if it's you, you better turn yourself in before they find you, and it makes it a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that going on now. Be extra careful. Just like here, we just went down from Krabby's down at the A1A up here to we're on the other side of Port Orange at a laundromat, and must have been 3 guys walked across, not in a crosswalk, across the road. It's dark out here. It's raining.
Bicycle going down the road the
And,
wrong way.
dark,
Come toward us.
dark clothes, and you wonder why people are getting hit by cars and motorcycles. So, if you come down here, be very careful, especially if you're doing any drinking. That's just as bad. Might affect some of your senses. So be extra careful, be extra observant of what's going on. Also, if you're driving that bike, watch out. We just, like I say, if you watched the video last night, we seen somebody just not too far from down the street here. 2 bikes that were making a left-hand turn in the left-hand turn lane, and young girl pulled over and slammed in the side of one of the bikes, and didn't turn where she should have turned. Decided afterwards. So looked like that gentleman there on the bike was all right. Looked like his bike. She said she seen this. Looked like the seat was knocked off. We were going to do a video from there, but then we decided that we weren't going to do it. And but
Saw somebody fall off their bike today, but I think they
Yeah.
hit the curb and.
yeah. And you got to watch especially when you're going in these. This was over at Cackleberry, and we didn't put any footage on that. And but I
They
mean, it
were
was a-
more embarrassed, I think, than anything.
And when he fell, what was bad was as he was falling, he gave
up
it
the
gas, so the wheel spinning twice as fast as it fell over, and so it was.
I think the bike landed on him. She kind of fell off and fell backwards.
Yeah, so we didn't really. We seen him all kind of brushing off, and he was looking at his bike and stuff like that, and it looked like everything was fine. It was an older bike. I think it might have been a Honda. I'm not sure what it was. It was yellow. That's about all I really didn't want to spend a lot of time looking at it. Don't want to be gawking and stuff. If you see an accident out there, don't be slowing down and looking to see what happens. And that's how you end up in an accident, or you end up hitting somebody because the moron in front of you hit the brakes because they wanted to see it. Quit being
Rubberneckers.
Yeah, and just move on by, get out of the way.
Hey, Roberto's
Let
on.
people do their job. And the police are out here, and they're picking on bikers. We were out here a week before, and they were pulling cars over out here. So don't think that they're just looking at the bikers. We've seen a lot of people, especially down on Main Street, that have been revving their engines up and doing stupid stuff, and the police just are warning them. So we've seen a lot of that You know, last night somebody told us that somebody got caught doing burnouts on Main Street and got a ticket. Well, you should deserve one for being a moron doing burnouts on Main Street. So we went out to Cackleberry today. We didn't really get started today till after lunch. We had a late night last night. And so we didn't get up till about 10 this morning. That's the longest we've slept since we've been on the road.
Yep.
And so by the time we got going, I had to finish up some videos, the ones that came up this afternoon, and the one that came up this morning for One Sexy Biker Chick. We wanted to get those out. And we got a bunch of videos in that I need to get out. But
Roberto said it was snowing and it was 8 to 12 inches of snow. He's not riding today.
it's
Good
86.
thing.
It was 86 here today.
It was hot today.
And humid, yeah. So it was this morning when we looked at it. At 10 o'clock, it was 79, and it felt like 83. So we did get a little bit of rain today. It's actually raining out here now. It rained about 1:30 when we were out at Cackleberry. It rained for maybe 30 minutes. It poured, but that was it. And the sun came out. Before that, it was all cloudy. Right now, if you look at the radar, the rain just started here probably, 30 minutes ago. And it's been since the evening. When we came back from Cackleberry, we got wet again. We got soaked. We didn't stop to put the rain gear on. And somebody was playing wet T-shirt contest. And
because it poured down rain, not because I
so
intended to do that.
so
Got inside and stripped because
Yeah.
we were soaked.
yeah, and
And then after we were there 5 minutes, it quit again.
Yeah, it was enough to let Charlie out and let him go to
Yep.
the bathroom and all that stuff. And
Feed
we
him.
loaded the laundry up, and then we went down to Krabby's and ate again. That's twice now. We've ate down at Krabby's and at the Fish Inn, and it was okay. And we went with Rat Frank
Mine had
and
a
his
boner.
wife and his
Brother.
came along, and we took them back because they Ubered
Ubered
there, and they didn't want to deal with all the rain and all that. I don't know if they brought the rain gear or not. They're from St. Augustine's, so they rode up today. So we pretty much all day.
Couldn't find an Uber on the way home, so good thing we drove because
Yeah.
we got to take him back.
And it's just kind of sprinkling out here. But I mean, you're riding on your bike and you ain't got nothing on you. And especially without not wearing a helmet, you got the glass. Even though you got glasses, it's still, well, I got poked in the eye with a raindrop today. And I already got one eye problem. Don't need another one. And so we'll talk about Cackleberry in a minute. And so
So Joe says it's 70 degrees in southeast Pennsylvania the weekend and snow flurries today.
that
Sounds like the
when-
Midwest.
Sounds like when we used to live in St. Louis. 30 degrees the day before Christmas and 80 degrees on Christmas Day. He was out riding motorcycles on that day. I
Yeah.
remember that back in the 80s, I guess. But I
Kids
mean,
were little.
crazy stuff. Weather's crazy, and it's just like here. People are saying the weathercasters are saying, "Oh, it's gonna rain. Everything's rained out." You know, yesterday and today both were like 85% chance of rain. Well, it did rain, but I mean, this is Florida, and if any of you have ever been to Florida, it typically rains. Yeah, we were very lucky the last week. It didn't rain at all last week,
Yeah.
and up until I don't know, it was Monday or Tuesday, I guess it started
Yeah.
looking like we had a little bit of rain Tuesday night, which all day long was
And it
beautiful.
was like 80% chance of rain all day Tuesday,
Yeah.
and then it didn't rain
And
until like
then,
7 o'clock at night.
So then today there was predicting rain again, but it kind of said more afternoon rain. And it was cloudy this morning. It looked like rain, and we were like, "Oh, let's just get out. Let's go. We're not too far from Cackleberry. Let's go on over to Cackleberry and see what's going on, see what they got." And I forgot it was small wrestling day. So my
So they
intro
did
on that
charge.
video, it talks about charging the $5 to park. But I forgot after we talked to somebody right before we left, said, you know, that's only during the small wrestling because it did. There was probably 1,000 bikes over there. They were everywhere. And I'm like, man, it's not that crowded. And then after we talked to him, I was like, oh, that's right. They come over there and park. So that
Joe
explains-
says he loves Daytona, but not the traffic. He says it looks like it's super packed. Will it be a record breaker?
I believe it will be. Now, just dependent on this rain and stuff, it's going to be really, if it keeps raining, like tomorrow, we'll know a lot tomorrow when we have Willie's bike show. That's usually a great turnout. I mean, today at Cackleberry and over there at
A lot of people.
Cabbage Patch, lots of bikes. I bet you 5,000 people might have been between the two, maybe a little more. I didn't see how many bikes. Because over at Cackleberry, you don't have a whole lot of parking right there inside. They actually had on
so.
the other side a Cabbage Patch, not towards their little campground they have, but on the other side, coming from Daytona, they've got a fenced-in area there now that they normally put cars, and they had motorcycles parking in there. We've seen that when we first came up. But the roads are really screwed up over there now. You can't, if you come out of Cackleberry and make a right-hand turn, you cannot make a left turn at the...
Nowhere. I mean,
Yeah, and you can't make a left at the stop sign. So then what we thought is let's make a right and let's make another turn and then we'll make a left and go back down to Mucker Road. Nope, can't do that either. Can't make a left-hand turn. Everything's all straight turns. You can make right turns, but no left turns. So that's screwed up. So if you want to get back to Daytona,
It's hard to get turned around to get
you're
back to
really
Daytona.
not going to be able to get there by going right. You're going to have to make a right, make another right, and then go back, and then you can make another right down 5 miles, and then come in
Yeah, you
going
can't-
towards Daytona again. So you can weave, depending on where you're staying at. See, we're over in Port Orange, so we really needed to get on that other side. So we ended up just going down the other way and just said the heck with it. And went down the
It
other
wasn't
back way.
too bad.
Oh,
And
got
like I
wet.
said, it didn't rain until right before we got back to the campground. We were probably less than a mile away.
No, we were more than that. It was about 3 miles away when it started pouring down rain.
So, Roberto, no, they do not. He wants to know if campgrounds have transportation from campsites down to Main Street.
Uber. And then just now, like I said with Red Fink, there's no Ubers available right now.
Because of the rain,
Yeah, because
everybody's-
the hotels are, you see all the bikes out front, and I guess there's a few people out here riding. We've seen a few. And since we've been in the truck,
I don't know
half a
how your
dozen.
eye's doing. Still there. I put drops
Kind
in
of
it.
hurts now, so I don't know. Put straps in it. I don't know
I'll
if it's
have
dry.
to put some cold pack on it tonight and see if that helps it.
So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how that all goes.
Timmy
Mike-
G Trucking Story says hopefully we can see you in Sturgis this year.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Yep. And gas, we didn't really look too much at the gas prices today, but I mean, it's getting close to unleaded stuff is moving closer to the $4 range, and diesel's getting close to the $5 range. It didn't seem like this today. Didn't see much of gas going up. Didn't look much higher. I didn't look and see what Buc-ee's was and Sam's, and to see where they're at. We really haven't drove too many miles. I guess I got about 40 or 50 miles on the truck now since we gassed up, and but we're not today. Really didn't have any real plans. So I went over there to Cackleberry to see what was going on. Wasn't real happy I had to pay $5, and
Good park.
yeah.
Well,
And-
last year Cackleberry gave us a wristband.
yeah, to where we
to
could
get
go
in.
anywhere we wanted, anywhere in the
They
campground.
didn't do
or
that
anything
this
like
year, so.
Yeah. So we went up to Cackleberry and we kind of walked around, took some shots. Got a lot of places to eat over there. I don't know if that's normal or not. So wasn't we had just some hamburgers there. The ice cream guy's still there. We know him. What's his name?
Gary.
Gary.
It's
He's right when
fu-
you come in the main entrance there. He's right there on the left. And
It's called Poppin' Jack's Ice Cream.
yeah, he's named after his son, I think.
Zach's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's his grandson, I think.
Um,
Robert Aguilera said quarantine started bike week during Daytona. Now it's going to end at the same time. 2 years later. And he said,
And it's
yeah,
really great, strange now, you know, all these places, nobody's saying anything about how many people be in the area or nothing
Well,
like
they
that.
couldn't keep us home with the COVID, so they're going to jack the prices of gas up to see if they can keep you home.
So it's like us.
That's my
we'll see how all this
prediction.
goes. We're definitely probably going to stay here in Florida, and we'll do Panama City, and for sure. At this point, I don't know. We'll see how gas is in 2 months from now, and because I guess is it Myrtle Beach in April or is it May?
May.
So yeah, so we got about almost 2 months before we be heading over there to Myrtle. So we'll see where gas is at, and to determine if we're going to go over there or not. And
Yeah, because if we are already all the way over in Panama City and the gas prices are still super high,
we're just going to go home.
we're headed that way
And,
anyway.
So we'll see what happens. And I know a lot of people are thinking that. I've been on some Facebook pages talking about RVing and stuff. We look at that too. And a lot of people are saying they're going to cancel their trips this year. And especially, you know, a lot of people are on fixed incomes, especially if you got a family and you were planning on a vacation, go to Disneyland or something, and you're going to drive and take a trailer, you know, and then you find out, well, heck, that's just like us. If gas would double, we paid about $3.50. So if it got to $7, it'd be $2,400 to get back home from Daytona. That's just insane to spend that much money to travel back. And that's not saying if there's any cost to stay all night. That's just travel, and that's just gas.
Yep.
So, you know, that's crazy to think about that. And that's why I said it could end up, if we ended up going to Laconia and it got to be $6, $7 a gallon, we could be spending $5,000 or more, 10,000 even, close to 10,000 probably in the gas by the time we make the big loop all the way through Sturgis and come back down. That's just insane. So, yeah, we would, if we decided to do something like that and it got crazy, which I don't know, I know
There's Danny.
everybody's going to be in the same boat we are. Things are going to be costing a lot more. You know, we could do a GoFundMe page to see if you guys really wanted to see us do these extra rallies. But if not, then, you know, it's fine too. But I don't know. We'll see how it all goes. Plus, I know these rallies now are going to end up being probably a lot less people. I think Daytona here, most people are going to come no matter what, even if it rains. Why would you give up your hotel? Because most of the places aren't going to give you a refund. And I mean, we've seen a lot of trailers coming into Cackleberry today. While we were just there a
Yeah.
few minutes at the front gate, 3 or 4 RVs pulled right up,
Yeah.
big ones, and we've seen a few spots empty. So I guess a lot of people, there's those ones coming in the first half, and I think the
Kinda like Sturgis.
according to what we predict and what I've seen on Facebook and all this, people saying they're coming, and people that we know, a lot more people are coming. Should be rolling in here tomorrow. And typically this weekend should be probably twice, if not 3 times as many people that was here this last weekend. And up until Tuesday, most of these vendors were just kicking butt and taking names. But Tuesday, when it rained in the afternoon,
Put a damper on.
a lot of people left Main Street, like in Sturgis, left
In
Main
Daytona.
Street in Daytona and started going out and doing, I guess went back to the rooms or wherever, trailers, wherever they're staying at. And Main Street really died on Tuesday. So Wednesday wasn't too bad. It didn't really rain Wednesday night till probably about 11:30 on Main Street. And it didn't rain very long and it quit. And by the time we got back to the trailer, there was no rain. And it didn't rain anymore that night. And then, like I say, so today it started probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock. It rained for, I'd say 30 minutes. Might have been 20 or 30 minutes. It poured. And it stopped. The sun came out. It was actually a nicer
Really
looking
nice.
day. If you would go on the Facebook, we didn't have any really good internet out there at Cackleberry, so I only barely had any power, and Facebook will take anything. Doesn't matter what. If it's got a trickle of power, the video doesn't look too bad. So we went ahead and put a video up. We showed the sky. We talked about it. Told you what was going on there. So we wanted to kind of come back out tonight and let you know, for those that are YouTubers, let you know what was going on. So right now we've only been posting YouTube on these hot shot videos, just because it's harder to set up the StreamYard and stuff, and then I got to go back and monetize it and all that, and sometimes I'm forgetting because we got a lot of crap to do. So it's easier for me just to do this. I'd like to plan some of these to give you guys a heads up, but that doesn't seem to work real well because we don't always know where
Well,
we're
why
going
don't
to
you
have
one from Main Street so you guys can see what's going on in Main Street and see all the traffic and the bikes and the
And you see how they
people?
did it with the Clydesdales.
But
And then
it's-
when everybody watched the video the next day, I put the regular one up. They're like, wow, this one's a lot better. We can see what's going on. And well, of course.
But you
because
got digital breakdown because everybody's on their phones, you know.
And so we try, but I mean, we could do some stuff on Facebook. I mean, we don't have as many people on Facebook as we do YouTube. And we don't make any money on Facebook. It's just giving you the courtesy of those that don't want to do YouTube or don't know how to do YouTube.
So they're telling you you need to go to the doctor. William says that. Roberto says you need a Pirates patch. Danny's on, and we saw you going into Cackleberry as we were leaving, heading out. So Roberto says if you want to talk politics, Biden wants to charge more on gas to say it's helping Ukraine.
Yeah. Somebody told me the other day that, I don't know if it's true or not, that he was going to stop buying it from Russia and he was going to buy it from Venezuela. And Venezuela is still part of Russia, I guess. I don't know. I'm not much. We don't really watch a lot of this stuff. You can't really do anything about it. And I was very political during the elections and stuff. And
Gotta go do laundry.
I
They want to
just-
know about what we have for a camping rig.
okay. So what we have for a camper is we have.
Did you get me any more money out?
No. We have a 28-foot toy hauler. It's all aluminum. You can actually go back and we've got a video. We actually did a couple videos on our RV. When we first did it, Tam went through and talked about it. And I think we did another one just not too long ago, the last couple months. We did another one because we had a lot of people that couldn't find the first one. So we did that. And so it's 28 foot. It's an ATC, which is aluminum toy company or corporation. I did that's what got me doing YouTube. I did a lot of research to buy an RV. Myself personally has been camping since 1964, which was maybe about 4 years old. My parents camped. We had a pop-up scamper trailer all up to Florida from Illinois and did some camping. Parents weren't real big campers. We did a lot of state parks and stuff. Not a lot of camping, but I mean, we went out during the summer, a couple of times a couple of weekends a month maybe, or we went to Florida. It was like a whole week or two. I don't know how long. I was a little kid. I was like 8 or 9 when we went to Florida, so I don't remember how long it took us to get there and how many places we stopped at and all that. I have no idea. So I've got experience with that. Tam started camping with me when we were dating when I was about 17 and she was 17. So this is back in 1977. And that time my parents had an upright trailer. It was a Concord. And everybody know, I don't know who made those things. And so that's the experience I have. So I've camped, and then when we got married, we actually slept in the back of a pickup truck with a camper shell. I put a piece of plywood across the back and put a 2x4 underneath it. We put a mattress on it, and that wasn't our honeymoon, but it was right after we got married. A year, maybe the next year after that, a couple years, we took the truck and traveled to Indiana and a couple places. We slept in the back of the truck and did that. And then we did the tent camping when we had the girls. They were little. And ended up being one holiday weekend. My mom went with us, and my buddy went with us, and it poured down rain the whole weekend. It was one of those nylon tents. You had to seal the seams, and it leaked. And she came home and said, "That's it. We need something else." So then we went out and bought a Jayco pop-up with a air conditioner on the roof. And so then we camped with that for a long time till right before we moved to California, and we sold that. So we got a lot of experience in camping. We had the Coleman stove and all that. Didn't have all the fancy stuff that everybody has now. You know, our trailer didn't have a bathroom in it. It didn't even have a heater. All that, the pop-up trailer only had an air conditioner with a heating strip in it. And we're in, you know, hot Missouri and cold Illinois. We used that heating strip a few times, and so had some experience with that. So I didn't want to buy. If you're looking at an RV, there's a lot of junk. Lots of junk. Probably about 80% of the RVs built today are a piece of junk. And they won't last you. And if you don't understand about RVs, because people think, oh, if I have a problem with the roof leaking or something, that'll be covered under warranty. What ends up happening is you take it in for warranty. Let's say you have the trailer a year. It's got a 3-year warranty on it, you know, the roof's guaranteed 3 years. So you take it back to the dealer and they look at it and they call the warranty people and they're like, sorry, it's not warranty. You know why? Because you should have coated the roof and you should have sealed it within the first year. They don't tell you that. And then all the damage that it did from leaking down into the walls, you're screwed. If you might get a trailer place that would put some sealer on the roof and say, well, that's warranty, that didn't fix what's behind the wall. And if you know anything about wood and water, don't mix. You get wood rot. Then if it gets into the floor, because by the time you see the water leaking in the cabinets or behind the cabinets or on the cabinets, it's too late. So that was my biggest concern, because I've seen a lot of people, and we have a video we made a while back when we first started about how to buy an RV. You can use that same video for buying a car, buying a motorcycle, buying anything. Don't pay money for processing fees. Don't pay freight charges. Don't pay none of that crap. If they're going to start at the list price, then you knock all that crap back off, because it's 90% of the stuff they're charging you for. Now, RVs do have to pay something, but they're not paying what you think they're paying. Harley-Davidson's the same way too, which we're not going to say right now what that is. But they don't pay what they're charging you for, just like the warranties. You can buy the same warranties on the open market at about a quarter of the price. And paperwork fee. What are you paying doc fees for? Isn't that person getting minimum wage or whatever the hell they're getting? Why are they charging you $300 to $500, $800, $1,000 to do the paperwork? You're sitting there when they're filling this stupid ass shit out anyway, so what's the difference? So I have a video all about that. So I did a lot of research on what kind of trailer I wanted. I originally wanted a Forest River Work and Play. That's a very heavy trailer. It's about a 15,000 pound trailer, empty, just the way it's built. It has some aluminum frame in it, but it's got some wood in it. I think it's the walls maybe, but it's got this fiberboard that's on the outside, and you got to watch on the fiberboard. Some fiberboards, depending on how it's made, you'll see that ripples in it. You'll see a lot of that where they're bubbled up, and that's what's from. It's the moisture got behind it. And they'll tell you, oh no, it wasn't laminated right. No, it's not. It's water behind it. So you got to make sure you have something like that. So originally we wanted that, but they quit making them the way they make them then. 2018, I think it was. They quit making them that way, and then Forest River just cheapened them up and made them. Now they're back to pieces of junk. So then at that point, I was actually going to buy a cargo trailer, and in Arizona where we're at, you can actually go to the auctions, the insurance auctions, and buy vehicles. So I thought, hey, I'm building this garage, which would have been built before this if we were going to do that. And I would build something. I'd take the axle. I go out and buy damaged trailers. I don't care if it was water rot. I don't care if it was in a wreck, whatever. There's so many things that you could take off this trailer. You could take the axles off. I could take the air conditioner out of it. I could take the holding tanks out. I could take the doors, the windows, and reuse those in a cargo trailer. And then insulate it. I would build it from scratch. And then what I was going to end up doing is it's for sale. You could buy these 20-foot or 25-foot cargo trailers that I would build, and I would guarantee them because I would know everything. I would build it all, and I would know where everything's at. And so the idea would be I would sell it, but we would use it until it's sold. And that one's sold, I'd build another one. Figured it'd take me about 6 months to make one. And so meanwhile we were doing that, we started looking into these ATC trailers. So our trailer is 100%, once again saying that again, 100% aluminum. There's no wood in it at all. So it's not going to rust, it's not going to rot, it's not going to do anything. So the outside's aluminum too. So there's some downfalls from that. I'll talk about that in a minute. But what makes it so special is, just like now, we got some water in the windows and stuff because we had windows open, and the wind started blowing this afternoon with the rain that we had, and it got wet inside. Who cares? We put a couple things underneath the rugs that lift it up, and aluminum, no big deal. It'll be dry sometime, depending on the humidity. We might have to turn the air conditioner on, and but it'll be dry. I don't have to worry about that. I've had a few leaks. I've fixed those leaks on my trailer, but it doesn't worry me because what's inside the wall is aluminum. It's not going to cause a problem. Typically, it shouldn't even mold. And the way the trailer's set up, it drains pretty well. If it gets water inside, you can tilt it up. It runs underneath the back deck. So that's one of the reasons we bought it. Now, the other nice thing about our trailer is we thought we would do what's called boondocking, which is dry camping, no utilities. So our trailer has a 5.5 Owen generator, which will run both air conditioners and a microwave and all kinds of stuff. We've also got 100 gallons of fresh water on board if we fill it completely full. We have a 46 black and a 46 gray. 46 black, a black tank is where your bodily fluids are in, and your gray tank is where your shower water, your sink water, and all that kind of stuff's at. So we've got a lot of, we can go a week, like right now, we may end up, if we don't have to dump, we'll probably go 10 days on what we take. And we're taking a shower every night, but we take, the military shower, shower on, shower off, shower on, shower off, and in the shower every night. So that's what we have. So it's 28 foot. We can put, like, if you watch the video, first video that we got leaving to coming out this way, you see us load up the golf cart and the motorcycle. And we use the biker bar to hold the motorcycle, no straps. We're going to do a video on that as soon as we get time to talk to Rick Rack, maybe the next day or two. I'd like to get that done. And I didn't buy it from him, but he sells them. So I wanted him to kind of explain it, show you the nice model, and then when we load it up this Sunday, when we leave, I will videotape that, and we're going to do a video on how it is, problems with it. I've had this thing for 3 years, so I can tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about it. I actually bought it off the internet. I bought it off of eBay, and that's a whole nother story. So that goes in there. The golf cart's all strapped down. We got 2 straps in the front, 2 straps in the back, and one over the center. The floor by the brake pedal is in there, and it pretty much sits where it says. So that's what it is. And our trailer also has airline tracking floor for cargo, so you don't have to put hooks in the floor. It's got a little spring-loaded thing, I forget what they call them, and they go in there and they lock it down. So that's what makes it nice. And the biker bar, I had to put a steel plate on it to get it to line up to the track. But you could put probably in my trailer, motorcycle wise, full dressers, you could probably put at least 3 if not 4 bikes inside there. We'll be able to get to the kitchen. Now we can still get with the golf cart and the motorcycle in there, we can still use our kitchen. Can't get the table down, but we can use the kitchen, and then we have a full bedroom in the front. We have a queen size bed, full size queen size bed. You can walk around 3 sides. There's no climbing over the other person. All the cabinets are aluminum. She likes it. But some people complain that it's an industrial look. Cam likes it. She thinks it's fine the way it looks. She likes the way it works, and they've changed the cabinets now. Our cabinets now lift it up, and now the new ones open sideways. They've made some improvements on it. But we really like our trailer. We got a great deal. In 2018, if you would have bought this trailer, you could have got it we were going to buy it for $67,000. Well, it ended up being one of the ladies that is on our Facebook group of our ATC trailer group. She wanted to get one of the brand new fifth wheels in 2018. They came out, 2019. They came out with fifth wheels. They started building, and she wanted one of those. So she traded this in to the guy that we were going to buy the new one from, and he called us up one day and said, "Hey, I got this trailer. It's almost exactly what you want. Only thing I was missing is it didn't have the spigot outside so I could use water, and didn't have an outside shower, which we wanted. We thought we'd be more desert stuff, and we're not. But it'd be nice to have a shower. The shower outside now, she'd be outside naked and taking a shower outside. And so that we didn't get that. So this guy said, "Hey, you can have it for 53,000." And I'm like, I don't know. How about 50? And I said, "What's your bottom line?" That's what I said. He says, "I gotta have 50 out of it. That's why I allowed it for trade." I said, "This is buying it sight unseen. I've seen some pictures." He says, "Me too. If there's anything wrong with it, I will deduct it off the price. And if there's a problem, let me know." Well, so it says, and then we got it. It was, what kind of condition would you have said it was in, the trailer?
Oh, it was like brand new. It
That's right.
still smells new inside. Yeah, it looks pretty lived in now that we've had it. But I mean, yeah, when we got it, it looked brand new. If they would have said this is which one's brand new and which one's not, I wouldn't probably
It
been
did
able
have
to
a
tell you
few
the
brush
difference.
scratches from outside on the aluminum, but I mean, not that big a deal. You can't see it driving on the highway, but if you get close to it, you can see it. And I probably could have had it buffed out. Who cares? It's going to get other
I
scratches.
want to
when
know
we
how
get
the
to
attendance is.
So that's the trailer that we got, and that's what we have. Bad news is the trailer now is about $100,000 for the same trailer we have. If you're interested in one, I can let you know. There's a guy right now that was on our Facebook group that actually has one similar to ours, and it's a 2020. I think he wants $72,000 for it. There's a lot of people that have bought them, and they found out they don't want to camp anymore, or they didn't like to camp. They bought it, thought they would. And a couple people that's in our group that had heart attacks, and they can't do it anymore. And some of these people have used the trailer once or twice, and that's it. They're like brand new too. If you're interested, email us at
Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventure. No, Bob and Tam's at yahoo.com.
and you spell out the and.
A&D.
And no
B-O-B,
apostrophe.
A-N-D-T-A-M-S at yahoo.com.
There you go.
So they're talking about gas still. They said $5 a gallon in Costco in Sacramento. William S. says gas is between 45 and 509 in Reno. Is that for regular or is that for diesel? Emery says, "What's up, guys?" And Dawn's here. Dawn's in the house. Is the number 24 tire out? Yes, it is. And now it's in my living room.
It's in front of the beer cooler. It's like a motorcycle house when you come to our house. But you see the garage when it gets all done. Gotta get a bunch of banners. There didn't seem very many down there at
Cackleberry?
Rossmeyer's.
Rossmeyer's, no.
Crackleberry. ain't gonna give us
No,
nothing.
really, there's not.
And beer, if you go down to Cackleberry, beer is $3 for regular beer and $4 for Twisted Teas. That's
Yeah,
not
I
bad, but
thought we
we've
said
always,
Twisted Teas were cheaper.
well, if you go to Sturgis, they give it to you, I think, for the same price as regular beer.
Because Twisted Tea must
They
be
really,
like a big motorcycle.
Well, it is, because a lot of times we go someplace and like when we're in Sturgis, she's like, "I'll take a Twisted Tea." Oh, we don't have any. You mean you don't have any, don't you? Well, it's a rally.
Banners everywhere.
They'll bring in truckloads during the rally, but nobody handles it, and that's kind of weird because you would think that towns that like Daytona here would, like I said, we haven't gone to a bar. I've had 2 beers since I've been here. I had one. Prime Cut Pro bought me the other night, Saturday night at the bikini contest, and we had a free one last night at
Jeez,
the Harley.
we had 109 people on
Holy Jennifer Jupiter, Batman! They want to know what's going on here in. I
Daytona.
was gonna say Sturgis.
And you're just a rambling
Well,
on.
somebody was asking about trailer.
I know,
gave
but
them
that was the whole time I was gone. I got all the
I
clothes
told them all
out.
about it. Told them
all
about your
the-
camping experience, how you used to streak when we went camping, and all that. I told them all about that. But anyway, she didn't do that. She might have ran around naked, but I don't know if she was streaking. Streaking's back when she was like 15. Before I met her, she was a streaker. Back
I
then
have
when the song The Streak, woo, that was her. What was that guy's name? Don't look Ethel. That's for you old people that know who Jim Stanford is. I've seen him in concert.
Yeah, no, it's Ray Stevens, wasn't it?
Oh.
Ray Stevens.
No, it's Jim Stanford, I think he does The Streak. We've seen both, Ray Stevens
I know,
and-
we've seen them both, but I'm pretty sure it was, Robert says, I miss the chicken bone lady. Mike says, oh, that's not bad. Gas in Minnesota is only $3.99. It's not even $4
Well, I know
yet.
Oklahoma's cheap because when we were looking, every time we travel, we look at Gas Buddy, and I like to pull the state up around us, and it's always like Oklahoma.
The regular.
And you would think Texas would be cheapest because a lot of oil rigs are in Texas too, but
Ray Stevens, see, I was right.
And Jim Sanford's Spiders and Snakes.
Yes.
And so, what's going on at the rally? Is it still raining? It might have stopped. Let me go look at the rain. She can talk to you in a minute. What about that? You can talk about the bull riding because they seen that on the thumbnail.
Oh, yeah,
you
they
see?
had bull riding, and, no, not mine. A pair of tweezers on the floor, but they're not mine. And I probably wouldn't pick them up now anyway, on a laundromat floor. Anyway, bull riding, then they had hot oil wrestling with some couple girls, but that will probably only be shown on Patreon because they didn't have much on.
Showed some movies.
And then after the bull
Can't see.
bull riding was over, then all these other girls got on and they just
Oh yeah, we had a lot of
took their
topless
tops
girls.
off. and
So
rode
we'll have
the
some
bulls.
Patreon stuff if you guys want to check that out. Probably get it up this month still. So if you want to get in there for $25, get on Patreon. You'll get to see some of that, and if there's any other we have. I missed one because Prime Cut told me today that they went to a bikini contest Saturday. It must have been before the other one that we with him. That his wife was embarrassed,
Wow.
shocked.
Don't take much to embarrass
What's his name? I
us.
always forget his name. Jamie?
Kelly.
Jamie? Kelly.
Kelly.
I don't know why I
How
keep...
can you forget Kelly?
I don't know.
You had a beef with the Kelly at one point in time in your life. Kelly DeLan, what was his name? Leon.
Leon DeMont.
That name was
it?
Kelly.
No, it was Leon DeMont.
Who had the limousine service?
It was called Kelly's Auto Sale, but there was no Kelly
Oh.
working there.
I thought his name was Kelly.
No.
Leon.
Yeah. It's like, what's she talking about? So,
I thought his name was
so
Kelly.
they had, so after the bull riding, and we got some of those shots of the girls and stuff like that, and a couple girls, there was one girl running around with a fish net. It was real, I don't know what you call that material, that girl didn't have no shirt underneath
Like a
it.
mesh.
And pokey things poking through her, and you could see right through it. I mean, she might as well not even had a shirt on. And
Pretty much.
but somebody, Rick, or
Frank Pro.
no, Brad Fink just said that they, was this the trip that they said? That the girl that weighed like 400 pounds that had a fishnet on,
Yes.
she came out of the water, whale, and she had nothing on underneath. And they're like, everybody's looking out the, I guess they were eating. They're looking out the window and they're like, and the waitress said, I hope she doesn't get arrested for that. And so I don't know where she went.
Well, they said she didn't have any top on. They didn't know about pants because,
It hung over.
yeah, and you
Get some
couldn't
belly.
see if
Get
you
some
she
belly
had
band.
pants on.
And so there's a few naked people running around.
So they want to see pics of the trailer.
We made a video. We can do well.
I think if you go on Instagram, when we got somewhere last year, I took a bunch of pics before the trailer got all messy, and I just had set it all up. I'm
So
pretty
we'll
sure.
see. We'll actually be in next week. We'll actually be in a full campground with everything. So
And I
if
need
the
to
weather's
take everything
different.
out
If the
and
weather's
clean.
decent, maybe we'll get some pictures late next weekend. Before the weekend gets there, maybe we'll have some pictures. You guys can see some current stuff. Of
So
what it looks
Russell
like.
Wood says you're gonna love Leesburg. Lots of nudity there. We didn't see nothing last year.
I don't know how much we're going to spend in Leesburg. We're looking only Saturday. I don't know if we're going to do any nighttime stuff because we're riding over from Orlando on the bike. And so I'm not looking to probably spend a lot of time. And I don't know, in Leesburg, downtown, I don't know. See, there's so much of the college there's buying up property left and right. So, is it only at the bars? We went to a handful of those bars. It looked like that one bar was kind of wild. What was that one that we went to? I think they were doing karaoke. It was like at the end of the town. It was on the right-hand side. It was like I think we had to go back twice to talk to the people. And they talked over the bar. It was like an
Yeah,
old-looking bar.
I don't remember the
Had a
name of it.
mural on the outside of it. That looked like it could be a wild bar. But I mean,
But I
other
have
than
no
that,
idea.
They had that other bar that the cops or the firemen or something, 3 of them own it.
Oh yeah, that was at the other end.
Yeah, and I know
I don't
across
remember
the
what the name
street
of that one was
from
either.
the dealership, there's that place there, but that guy that owns that place, I don't know if he still owns it or not. Doesn't trust nobody, and it's been going downhill. So I don't know if it did anything last fall or not. But spring, it was pretty rough looking inside. We went in there, supposed to have all these events, and we talked to the girl. She told us all the stuff, and we got there, and it's like the owner never did none of that stuff. Sorry. And we're like, whatever. So people are still writing comments, see what they are.
Oh, I don't know.
Worry
I was
about your
looking
pictures.
for the pictures of the trailer.
If you got them, you can repost them and they can see them.
All right.
Just look them on Facebook and see what it looks like there. You can actually go to Facebook and look up ATC. I don't know. I'll put a link on our Facebook page that you can go to tomorrow, and you can see our Facebook page that people are selling them, people that own them. It's all about ATCs. And it's not a company site. It's us. It's us Facebook people.
Owners.
That owners are on there.
ATC owners.
There's a lot of people on there too that don't own them and they're thinking about buying them. But there's a lot of them. The other day I seen one, like I say, for $72,000, which was a good deal.
Paul and AZ said probably the new DD you'll see you really don't want to see.
It's kind of like Cackleberry. There was about 2 pretty all right looking girls. The rest of them were like, some of these girls that were on the dance team. It was almost like we watched.
These were the Hollywood Knockout girls that did the oil wrestling.
I think they're from West Hollywood.
Red Pink's on.
So I don't know.
hope your wife's in bed and sleeping.
Yeah. And,
Randall's on. How's the eye, Bob?
about the same.
Somebody else said it looked pretty good. I can't remember who it was.
Brad Fink said his wife used to work for her optometrist, whatever.
Optometrist.
And she said she used to get it too, the blood vessels busted. And the other day I had a lot of stress going on. The computer was acting up, and what a pain. Things just haven't had. All of a sudden now everything seems to be working again, but you don't know. Because I'm actually editing on 2 computers. I got
No,
one
it says
going.
it's buffering. I don't know. Mine's not. I got it on. See, can you see us? How about that?
Maybe it's you. Maybe it's yours is buffering.
Yep. Ours is okay here,
Yeah,
so I don't
she's
know.
watching on her phone, and we got T-Mobile. So T-Mobile's about the only thing that works down here in Daytona. Verizon, I rebooted the phone. Let's see if it finally did something. I thought, well, maybe that's what
Usually
it was.
Verizon's our
Yeah.
go-to phone.
Verizon has sucked the whole time we've been down here. AT&T barely works. But I got a Cackleberry. Most people were saying they couldn't even get anything. But I was managed to. When we sat down to eat our hamburger,
Yes,
we
Kurt.
finally got. I got a little bit of internet to where I was able to.
It kind of rained
Dude.
on and off today, Kurt.
Well, not on and off.
It rained a little bit,
At
about
11:30,
30
or,
minutes,
yeah,
about
about
1
one-
o'clock, 1:30, and then the sun came out, beautiful blue skies, and then about an hour later,
That's Verizon. They can't even get a signal of the towers. So Verizon here sucks. I've had lousy service with Verizon. T-Mobile's about the only thing I've had any success with. AT&T's got a little bit of power, but not
Milk?
much.
but somebody said try putting a little bit of milk in your eye. Randall said. I don't know.
It's
we'll
not
have to-
thirsty.
I put drops in it earlier today.
Felt better till now.
R. Shaw said, my eye did that last week. It will absorb back into that. Yeah,
It's done this before. This is probably the second or third time that I've had it done. I had one time something happened that I ended up getting those spots and stuff in my eye. And
Yeah, a detached retina.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
and so there I had to be off work like
Yep.
3 months. I couldn't really do nothing.
But it's Florida rain. It comes and it goes. It's, here for
Okay. Oh, I forgot to
20,
say,
30 minutes.
It's no more rain out there. It's starting to clear up.
Yeah. He went and looked.
Yeah. So that's where I went a minute ago. Didn't go to the bathroom yet. I went over there. And it's not raining. So see, that's what it said. If you're someplace where you can hunker
If you've
down
ever
for
been
an
to
hour or
Florida.
so, it's going to stop. If you got to get like we did. We wanted to get back to the trailer, and we were already starting to get wet. We weren't going to stop. We already took our phone. And you always should do that too.
Take
Make
your phones
sure
out of your pocket.
if you have a bike that doesn't have saddlebags or storage like that, bring baggies with you, because there's nothing more worse than when your wallet gets all wet, and then if you've got a gun concealed card, it does it, or some of our other cards that have pictures on them will they start running inside, cause you a lot of problems. Then your money gets all wet, and then that's a pain to deal with. So bring you a bag if you only got
Some of
a.
my stickers got wet because I had I should have took it off. I didn't think. My little satchel. 'Cause
So I took everything out of my pockets, threw it in the back of the bike, and it was like my stuff's all dry.
temperatures has been in the high 80s,
80
Randall.
88 today.
Very humid.
It's a hardship.
Yes.
That's
I'm
not
not doing too bad, but I got up a few times. Sweating. I don't know. My face usually doesn't sweat. Man, I looked like I was crying. It was.
And then when it
hot.
rained, then my eyes were burning from the sweat turning the salt running down my face. I couldn't see at all. And I was like, as you said something, I'm like, I can't see the road. We're on a back road. We was going almost to where we're staying.
Yeah, well, he pulled under a viaduct, wiped his eyes. He says, "You ready to go back?" I said, "Well, it's right around the corner. Might as well just go."
And then once we-
Mid-40s. Wow, that's mid-40s. That's in Lafayette. Isn't that where Cajun is? Lafayette?
yeah, Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah, that's where Randall's at.
Yeah.
So he's a lot of help. He helped us a lot when we were out there in Louisiana.
So Cackleberry's pretty fun. We also got some interview. We got one interview.
Me too.
Because it started raining. We didn't get back out there. Talked to somebody that's been staying at Cackleberry for 4 years, and he tells you a little bit about it. But the only thing we didn't get a chance to do because it started raining, we were going to look at the shower house. But Rat Fink said again, don't use the shower house. So if he's going by that, and they only have odd houses too. So if you're not coming with a self-contained trailer, you're kind of screwed. We did go over and see what's the tent city called?
Easy Rider.
Yeah, we went over there and checked that out. Oh, he's got a pretty big setup. He's got hot tubs over there, and we talked to a guy there that's actually stayed a couple times. He told us what he liked about it, and he really didn't have anything bad about it.
No.
And he's very pleased with it, and you'll see that video here. Hopefully
They
next day or
said
so we
by
get
6
that up.
o'clock every morning, the coffee's going. They had 2 giant big coffee, like old-time percolator coffee makers. So, and it's, I like the smell of coffee. Can't
And,
stand the taste of it. I love the smell, and it smelled like fresh brewed coffee. So Bolognese said he's looking for your updates on Bullhead. He's still on the fence on that one, and he told us to have a good time and be safe. Randall said we could use that here, the rain, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get with Larry. Probably not
Where's
gonna get.
Rex?
Probably not going to get with Larry, the promoter, till after this is over. Probably next week. Probably next week, Wednesday. We'll probably do a live and have him come on. And I know he wanted to come on the other night. And I was thinking it was Tuesday night and it was Wednesday night. And we already had Chase from Thunder Beach rally going on. And we also had a Shane from Rick Rack was on. So we already had 2 people on, and I didn't want to bring him on at that late at the end. So he'll be coming probably on next Wednesday. We'll have to let him know. And
That's tomorrow night.
No, next Wednesday when we're out of this.
Oh, okay. We're not doing, okay.
So we don't have nothing else
Ryder
going
Rex
on.
says, where did you recommend for lighting here in Daytona? He forgot.
I gave a couple of different places. You could go, Rick Rack does lighting. Who else was it that? There was somebody else
Paul.
I recommended. Oh, yeah. Paul at the Fairing Exchange. They do lighting. Somebody else I seen that is one of our regular people.
Colored LED lights.
Yeah, they got colored. And Rick Rack is
Never have liked coffee. Love the smell. Can't stand the taste.
they've done a bunch of lights since we've been there.
Bucks on.
Cero does lighting, but we haven't really seen them putting them on. I know they do. They got their mechanics up there. They're not. The only reason we always talk about Rick Rack is because the guys just always talk to us, and Shane loves that. He gives us full permission to go in under the chains and all that stuff and talk to them. So I watch them do stuff. They've got a couple guys over there, 2 or 3 of them that are excellent at lights. They got the one guy there. I think he's Mexican or something foreign, south of the border. And he's his actually oldest mechanic, not old, but the longest one he's had. And he does a lot of the really big lights. Like the other day I was over there, he was doing a $10,000 light job on this bike. Everything was lit up. And but one of the other guys was doing another big job like that too, that we know there. There's like 3 guys there that if you were going to do it, we could tell you which one you want to ask for. But usually if you're going to get a big job.
I haven't seen that. The other couple that we talk to sometimes too, they Custom Dynamics.
Yeah, but I mean, they only go to smaller rallies.
Do they?
Yeah, because they do Myrtle Beach.
Cal would know who it is. I need to get their names. I wrote it down.
And I don't know if he does all the fancy lights around the bike.
He just does the the regular ones that go like your blinkers and stuff.
Because he does free installs. So you really got to know, like, the other day I was over at Rick Rack, and they took their bike in, and when they removed the seat at the dealership there, they pulled the wires up and pulled them all loose. So Rick Rack, they didn't get their lights put on Rick Rack, but Rick Rack was actually going through there, one of the guys was going in there and fixing all that crap that they pulled off, wiring it all back together and putting it back together right. And so when I see things like that, where they're fixing things that somebody else screwed up, that's where, I did it. But Fairing Exchange does some lighting too. They sell Custom Dynamics, but I'm not sure if they do the fancy lights.
Like the LEDs underneath and all that kind of stuff. There's is it Scully? Skull something. That's like right in front of where Speeds is. I know they do lighting. They do. I don't know them. We've talked to them a time or 2. but they do all the fancy lights underneath, all the colored lights that change. So I don't know. And
When are
then
you getting
another
down
one's
here?
called Lucky. Rider X is, I think he got down here tonight, wasn't it? Oh, that says, yep, there, my clothes are dry.
So we got maybe we'll look. I got to go down to
Steven's on. Hi, Steven.
Destination Daytona tomorrow. We forgot to do all about customs. Somebody asked about a certain brand of handlebars, and they handled them. And I'm like, oh crap, we didn't go down there and talk to them. So we thought we'd get down there today and did do it. We want to get down to Flagler Beach too, and I haven't got that in there yet either. And so we still got a few more days. So tomorrow, of course, we're going to be down at Willie's Tropical Tattoo all day, well, most of the day, from probably about 10:30 till 1 or maybe later, as long as they ain't pouring down rain. But the rain right now, they're talking a little bit of rain in the morning and rain in the afternoon. But like I say, we haven't had any real rain in the morning yet since we've been here. Most of it's afternoon as the day heats up. So we'll see how that all goes. So we're hoping for Willie's tomorrow because that's always a great show in the spring. Great bike show. We haven't really hit very many bike shows yet this show. This is like all the guys aren't real interested in seeing tons of bikes. You know, we filmed a bunch of stuff on Main Street, and we filmed some bikes driving by, and we got a bunch of footage like that that we'll show later on. But we didn't really do, you know, if we see a nice bike, we film that. I filmed all the new bikes that Harley had out there, all the different colors they had out there yesterday I did that. And I haven't put that video up yet either. We're like 2 days behind on our videos. It's just so much stuff that we're filming, and it just, I don't know. That's why the one day I put 3 videos out. That's when this happened, because I was trying to catch up because we had to get the police. I've got another one. I got a video for Saturday. They're having the Big Wheel Women's Bike Show, which anybody can come to that, and it's at the Hard Rock. And I was waiting for them to send me some footage because they're like, they got pyrotechnics and they have all kinds of crazy stuff going on inside the Hard Rock. And it's worth the $25, I think, to go see this. We were planning on only being there maybe an hour or so to film a little bit of it, and then we had there's way too much stuff going on Saturday. But it's a really neat bike show, but the bad thing is they charge $25 a person to get in, where they're probably the only bike show here charging, but it is inside, and it's also, they got all the special effects, and I think that's really neat, and I'd love to see it. But I got to try to get their video done, and we met with them and talked to them. So let's see what else we got down here. Rider X says he's here. Buck Reynolds is in the house. Steven's in the house. Let's see what we got. So Rider X is here now. Looking for LED headlights for my 05. What do you think, Bob? I got mine at Rick Rack. Like I say, I really like Rick Rack. There's certain people just like Speeds. I let them do most of my engine work and stuff just because I've been doing stuff with Speeds for probably 15 years and never had any trouble, and they actually warranted some stuff for me that I got screwed by some other guy that screwed up my bike. 09 I had. And so just Rick Rack, I just seem to, I don't know. I really like Shane. Don't know him. He doesn't pay us anything. He's bought us a couple dinners, but he ain't paying me nothing. But I mean, when I was looking around, and she's getting texts on her phone, and so I like Rick Rack. So he's got the which one did I get on my bike? My headlight? True Beam is the one that I went, and that's what I've got on it. And then I also went with the passing lights to the LED in that too. And then I also had they computerized it to where when I turn my high beam on, my passing lights stay on too. 100 times better than what I had from factory. Because I didn't have any real trouble till we were in Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. When we were going out there at night on those curvy roads, which is like riding on Iron Mountain, and getting back to our campsite, I couldn't see the road. I actually had to go, when we got in those turns, I had to slow down to like 10, 20 miles an hour because the headlight wasn't catching up to the road yet. And so now once I put the True Beam on, I see it's so much better. But it's not cheap. Headlights ain't cheap anymore. Nothing's cheap anymore. So that's what I do. Rick Rack is where I recommended getting that. So let's see what else we got down here. Looking for that. So the LED headlight, I said that. Russell loves the show. Racer X is down in St. Augustine's, and it came down hard here today. Well, it did here with us too. We had about 30 minutes. It poured. We rode to Destination Daytona, and it poured when we were leaving around 5. You got the same rain we got when we were coming back from Cackleberry. So yes, we got wet there too. And Racer X said vendors were shutting down early because it was so quiet. And that seems to be what happens. Main Street said the same thing happened to them when, when this rain comes down, everybody scatters. Or you try to make it back to where you're at. Are you two getting tattoos? No. My problem is I really wanted a Harley tattoo, but my problem is I'm impatient. I can't sit there that long and have it done because I have to have I wanted to be able to write Harley Davidson across it, and the people that I actually was going to have it done in Vegas years ago, not too long ago, 5-10 years ago, and it was going to take way too long, and I don't have that patience to sit in a chair that long, and I don't want a little bitty one. So, and then she wanted a tattoo for years, and I told her no, and then now I wanted a minion on her boob, and she won't get it, and so I guess we're not getting tattoos.
I'm too old.
She says she's too old to have a tattoo. That's what she just said while she's folding clothes over here. So we're all caught up on questions. Got 93 people in the chat. I appreciate that. All you guys coming out and checking out, see what's going on in Daytona Bike Week. It's been pretty good. We did a lot of new events this year, and you'll see some of that later on. If you've been watching the channel, you kind of know where we've been and what we're doing. But I mean, we picked up some new things that we did. We got some great people, which I can't believe. The video the other day, yesterday's video, the guy with the beard. You should pay attention to who that guy is, Scott. He is a very, very important person in the motorcycle world. We'll leave it at that. We will have a video probably after this that will talk about who these people were that were on this video. Why they, a lot of people looked at the Dunlap and complained about that. You like what you like. I used to sell tires too. I know about Goodyears and Firestones and Michelins and all the kind of stuff. And it's like somebody had commented the other day, good luck with your Dunlaps. I've had 3, 4, 5, 6 Harley Davidsons. 3 she's had, 3 I've had. Always run Dunlap on it. We've never had trouble with them. Never. Normally I get 20,000 plus miles out of my Dunlop tires. No problem. The reason this one dry rotted is we haven't been. These last couple of years, we have not been riding the bike as much as we used to when we lived in California. So it sits in the garage where we have about maybe 2 to 3% humidity. So it's very dry. So that wasn't, and actually when I started thinking about the tires, they're actually, when did I bring the motorcycle out? So we've had the house, 7 years?
We bought it in 2015, so
16,
got it up
17.
2016.
Yeah, so 2016 is when I had a new tire put on. Because I ran over a nail, and it still had the extended warranty on it, and I got a new tire for $50. So overall, my tires, I have been very, very lucky. I've never had a blowout on anything like that. So we've been pretty happy with Dunlops. And, I've looked at other tires and stuff, but, there's nobody, I don't see, and it depends on what you want to do with your bike. We pretty much do highway riding. I'm not a race car driver. I'm not running my bike 100 miles an hour out there on the highway, and I'm not, I go pretty fast in turns and stuff. I'm not the fastest guy in the world, and I'm not the slowest guy in the world, but I know how to ride the curves and all that kind of stuff. I'm always over the speed limit, so I'm not doing, and I ride 2-up most of the time, so we don't really have any trouble with Dunlop. I have nothing bad to say about Dunlop tires. If you do, I'm sorry you had problems, but it's like anything. Everything's man-made, and everything's going to go wrong with it sooner or later, and not everything's perfect. Somebody might say, Harleys are a piece of crap, never had a good Harley. Well, we've had, other than the guy that redlined my Harley dyno in it, we've never had any mechanical problems with any of our Harleys. Put brakes on them, put tires on them, put shocks on them, change the oil regularly, change the batteries when they need to be replaced. Well, that's about all we've ever done to our bikes. So we've, are we lucky? I don't know. My cars are the same way too. We take care of them. Well, we have a whole fleet of Fords, and I've never changed the motor, and we don't change transmissions, and we don't really have any major trouble with stuff. And it's like, I got a Ford Expedition at home in 2004. It's got 180,000 miles on it, and still chugging along. Doesn't burn any oil, and I'm actually thinking about rebuilding the whole thing. It's got weather strippings going bad in the doors. They rattle and different things like that. I bought it to pull my boat. I bought it used. And but it's like one that's a couple years. It's 2004. One that I was thinking about, maybe I'll get a 2008 or 2000. They want $25,000 for those stupid things. That's at Andy Bauer is what we got. I'm going to go get some seat covers. I'm going to fix the doors, and I'm going to, for about $5,000, I can spend a lot of money fixing that thing up, and it'll be like brand new again. They don't need shiny paint on it. It's black and it's got some dents and stuff in it. Who cares? But it's a good, dependable running vehicle. It's made a lot of trips to California and back. We live in Arizona. So that video, I can't believe it didn't do very well. The rest of the guys that spoke on that video, especially at the very beginning, are highly recommended in the Harley network for motors, for knowledge. If you had a problem, not necessarily you as a consumer could call these people, but you could. But normally, somebody like Speeds, for instance, when we talk to Speeds, he's probably one of the top people, too, most knowledgeable about Harley Davidsons and the problems they have. When they have a problem and they just can't figure it out, they call Scott to help them. And most of the time, it's like Jamie said, most of the time, if you give him enough information, he can tell you over the phone exactly what your problem is. And that's talent. You know, you don't see that. And I used to be in the automotive stuff, and I had tech lines and stuff, and most tech guys, you know, you're not touching it. It's hard to explain. I'm a lot of things I can do that with cars. I can, not so much tune-up wise, but brakes and front end work and stuff like that, tire wear. I can pretty much, you can tell me what your problem is, and I can tell you pretty much what's wrong with your car. But to do that in the motorcycle field, you know, you always think your mechanic's the best guy in the world. There's always somebody better. This Scott guy is probably the best. The best. And I was not told by one person. I was told by a lot of people. And that's why we got him on the channel the other day. We're trying to go to our next level to bring you people that nobody else is talking to. You know, people can get interviews and stuff like that. And we were talking to a couple of YouTubers this weekend out here at Destination Daytona. And they're like, how do you guys do all that? We work really hard at what we do. We spend a lot of time on the phone. We make a lot of contacts. Tam calls a lot of these people. Once I get in with somebody, then I ask them, who do you know? And you'd be surprised how...
Networking.
Yeah, networking. And how, just like here, we wanted to talk to the owners of the Harley Davidson in Orlando. We got blown off by the marketing department. But now, Shelley Rossmeyers is friends of theirs. So hopefully in the next week or so, when we get to Orlando, we will have a sit down with the owners of Orlando Harley Davidson. Will any other YouTube be able to do that? Probably not. But I won't say who the YouTuber was, but there was a big YouTuber that, bigger than us, and it wasn't the Monkey Band, it was somebody else. And I've seen him come up with a couple of videos, but he was trying to get into Rossmeyers and trying to get some information out of him. You know, maybe some behind the scenes stuff like that, and he was told no. So that's great, and we're okay with that. But I mean, we've built a trust with these people, and just like in Sturgis and a lot of the places like this, that people look at us, these vendors, and we look at people that own the dealerships, the cities, things like that, that they give us that opportunity. And we hope that Daytona here will get better. I was hoping for more. I was hoping to get some stuff out of Daytona, other than talking to a sergeant at a desk. That's as far as we could get. And so I'm not real happy with Daytona, but of course we all know that Daytona's not real happy with the motorcycle community either, so we'll leave it at that. But I mean, we did get the Orman chief to talk to us, and he had the sergeant there. He had another guy talking too, but I didn't put him on camera, because he was behind the camera talking, and he said some stuff, but it wasn't that great that I had to put that up. So that was that. Let me look and see what your comments are. Oh, my butt's killing me. This chair is not very comfortable. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so tattoos. The rain is going to be really bad the rest of the week, and then cold Saturday and Sunday. 70s ain't cold. Look at all these people that are coming from freezing weather. 70 degrees, they'd be out riding their bikes now. People in the 50s would be riding their bikes. 50-degree weather. So 70s ain't no big deal. 70s with humidity is hot in most places. Everybody's traveling in the group is safe, which we hope everybody is. Did they catch the backpack guy yet? I have not heard. Robert, how is your suspension doing on your bike? Is it worth the money? I really like my bike. I like the suspension on it. I'm pretty happy with it now. The only thing that I would have, which we did that video, I think it came out today, that we talked to Orlin, that OHLIN. They're a Swedish company, and had a lot of people ask them where they were at. Seems very interesting. Ended up being, I don't know if it's who it is. Well, it's not the owner because they're out of Switzerland. But the guy, one of the guys that were in there, he says, I'd rather not talk. I'd rather let the mechanic talk. So he came over and said, how long is this going to take? I said, just a few minutes for you to get a few words out. all you need to. And he didn't. So when I got done, the other guy told me all this great stuff about Olin. I don't know if it's Olin, but a lot of great stuff. And I don't know what the prices are, but somebody had said they were a little better priced. I don't know if they are or not. But I might have looked into theirs, but I didn't, so I'm not. But I'm surprised nobody caught that we talked to Legends. And the guy that we wanted, the YouTube guy, he talked to me. So that just shows you how the crappy, stupid marketing people are so stupid they don't know how to get a hold of people, or they don't want you to talk to them. So when I went there, I went to Legends because I didn't tell them who I was, but I got my shirt on, so I didn't know if they knew who I was, that I blew it, that they sold it, and that they were assholes and all that kind of stuff, and how we got blown off. And we went and spent our money at Rick Rack instead, same price. And so I went there, and it ended up being that there's a section there when you come down that's got Rockford Phosphor, it's got Legends, it's got a Harley tent there. That is all Rossmeyer's Lane. That whole row there is doing business, extension of their showroom. So all the products being sold there is going through the dealership. So mostly like Legends, if you had your regular shocks put on, the spring ones on the back, not the air gas ones or your front ones, they would install them for free out there. So there was a lot of stuff being installed free if it was a simple, easy thing for them to do. So she said, go out there. Yeah, you can go out there and talk to anybody you want and tell them I told you so. You, Shelly. So I went out there and I thought, I'm gonna go over to Legends tent, see if I can get anybody to talk to me. So I went over there and I talked to this guy. There was two guys standing there, and I said, hey, I got a YouTube channel, and Shelly Rossmeyer said you guys are an extension of her store, and she said, oh yeah. They said, yeah, we are. And I said, well, she said I could come over here and you guys would talk to us about what you guys are doing here. And she says, oh, well, we'll take you over here and let you talk to this girl. So I went over there and I told her the good news, and she's like, we have a YouTube guy. Do you have a few minutes? I can go get him and bring him over here, and he would do a really good job. I'm like, sure, bring him over. So here he comes, and that's the guy. That's their YouTube guy that does the things for Legends in Sturgis. And so he did a great job. We didn't get too technical. He just kind of gave me the ABC, told me what they were doing and that kind of stuff. But it was just when he got all done, he says, yeah, anytime you need anything from me, just let me know, call me. So, see, it's not necessarily Legends that was the great pain. It's their stupid marketing people. And we run into this a lot when we're dealing with dealerships and stuff like that. And there are some great marketing people. Now, we have met some really great ones that knew a lot about the dealerships and they know what's going on. But a lot of them, they're just a bunch of little pretty face girls that bop around on the internet, on Facebook. Hey, look at me. We're over here. Come on out. And when you ask them a question, they're like, how long has the dealership been in business? I don't know that. Well, you're the marketing person. You should know what's going on. Well, they don't. So probably 50-50. Half the people that we talk to that are in marketing are halfway decent, and the other half ain't worth a crap. And we've had some good. But the marketing guy in Sturgis was really good. But see, what happens with the marketing people is they don't know what they can do. It's like in Sturgis. We wanted to talk to the owner, and our marketing guy in Sturgis, the Black Hills Harleys, just said, no, they're not going to be available for you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So then later on, we're talking to another one of our vendors, and she's like, I said something about not being able to meet the owners. They said, oh, do you want to meet the owners? I'm like, do you know them? Yeah, we went to high school with them. Really? You went to high school? She says, yeah, give me 3 days, I'll get you an interview. Really? So we got Al, one of the owners. There's 3 owners, actually 2 now, I think. Al, he's the older gentleman, and did a great job on an interview. He let us put our sign up in the dealership, and hopefully it's still there. And somebody took it down, and then we went back, and they said, well, no, he said your sign could be over there. It's a bulletin board with the hog stuff on it. They said, see our videos on Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventure. So, hey, pretty good. So let's see what else people are asking. Since I'm just rattling away. Dave deleted he put 17,000 now. Yeah, we broke 17,000. I don't know, that's great. We're pretty happy about that. Actually, we've done pretty good. We've gained about 250, 300 subscribers since we've been in Daytona. This has been the best Daytona for us, but I put a lot of videos out. And these lives really work nice. We're getting really good views. We're getting, like the one I did the other night, we sat in the truck last night, got 1,500 views as of an hour or so when I looked. So I'm really happy about that too. So let's see, tattoos. Did they catch the backpack guy? So we talked about the shocks. We had 17,000 now. We're really happy. We want to thank everybody. You guys work your butt off in the channel. Yeah. Who is it that says we are the hardest working YouTubers in the world?
David and Maribeth.
Yeah, David and Mary Beth, they're actually at the rally. They said that we are the hardest working YouTubers could be. We don't have the best content. We're working on that. There's something somebody asked. Somebody said that they're kind of getting bored with watching our channel. They like to see more rides. So that would be my question. Would you like, if we do rides, to me it's boring to watch somebody ride the whole loop and show you all that. And normally we show you little sections like we did, you can go back to 2021 spring and we show you that ride. And it's very short. We show driving through the water and showing some trees, and that's about it. What else is there to show you? Do you really want to see the whole darn ride? Like I've seen people do Iron Mountain, and they do the whole freaking ride for an hour or 40 minutes, whatever it takes them to do it. You want to see that? Do you like that? You know, I can film all that, and I can put 3 cameras up, and we can flip it around the cameras and stuff. It's not that, I just put it all on the timeline, and it's not that hard for me to do. I'm not a big one to talk. To me, I don't like people talking during the ride. It's like what I'm doing now, just chatting with you, you know, but you can't see. Okay, so yeah, Rider X says it's boring to watch somebody ride a motorcycle. See, I think that too. You know, if there's some neat things to stop along the way and show you, yeah, I like to see that. And we watch travel videos with, there's some guys we know that do Route 66 and all that kind of stuff, and I like that. So that's one of the things that this gentleman said he'd like to see more rides. Now, what we're thinking about doing is we got a bunch of rides. We got 3 rides from this guy that we met here, and we met with him for like 5 hours. And great couple, and they ride every week, and they go a different ride all the time. He showed us 3 great rides in Florida. One is the curviest road in Florida, and we're thinking about maybe doing these in the next month, because we're going to be between Orlando and Fort Myers. So we'll be in the area that we can jump back over, and some of these are in the middle of the state, so we might do those. But that's what I was just trying to find out, which we'll read the comments here in a minute, to see what you want to see more of. So let's see. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys on Friday. I don't know where we at on Friday. I don't know. What's up, Robert? Scott's in the house. For me, 55 degrees is perfect, which it is. When I used to live in Illinois, when it got to be 50 degrees and above, people would be in shorts and short sleeve shirts after the winter going on. Don says stay safe. Rider X, it's boring to watch somebody ride their motorcycle. What you do is way more interesting and informational. Robert Aguilera, you guys are the best looking on YouTube, especially Bob, Mr. Daytona 2021. JJ says...
Rider X, we're going to be tomorrow. We're supposed to meet up with him on Friday.
He said Friday is what we head down.
Yeah, they tell him we're going to be...
Oh, well, I did. I said we are going to be at Willie's Tropical Tattoo tomorrow. Might be all day. I don't know. We don't really have anything else planned tomorrow. I want to go down to Fagler. I can't even say it right. We want to go down to the beach. Fagler. I don't know. Still can't get it out. I think I'm saying Fagler. So we want to go over there at that town between here and St. Augustine's, and we want to eat it there and check all that out. And we've been told a bunch of stuff. Even the guy that was riding with us, when he comes out of the loop, he comes out there and they stop there and eat or have a drink or something like that. So we want to go down there. But it's maybe if the weather's good, we might do that after Willie's tomorrow. But I don't know yet. Ratfink's going to be here, and depending on what he does. If it's raining, they're going to go Uber over there. If it's not raining, they're going to ride their bikes. And he was asking me if I was going to drive my truck or a bike. I'm planning on taking the bike. So unless it really looks like, well, we left this morning, it looked like rain, and it didn't rain until 1:30. So let's see what we got. Do you still have the price tag on your glass lens? It's not the price tag. These are brand new glasses I brought back up. These are my great Amazon glasses that you can't break the arms off of, because I have a tendency when I take my glasses off, pull them this way. Cam broke a pair of her cheap sunglasses. So it's not really a price tag. It's no, it's probably China's language of everything comes from China. But I bought these. Well, my son-in-law gave me some that he bought from Costco that had 2 of these ones with bendy frames. And I'm like, man, those are really nice. I really like those, because normally I used to buy the 99-cent ones from the 99-cent store, but it's not 99 cents no more. So we bought these, and then you get like, I don't know, 10 in a box. And so, yeah, Costco don't have them in. I've been looking. I can't get them at Costco's. So I thought, I'm going to look one more time at Amazon. And they had it. So I bought a box, and I got them, and they're like, hey, they are those kind. So right before we left, I'm like, I'm going to order another box, because you know how that is. They have them, and then again, they don't have them. Should order another box. And so I really like these. So when we got ready to leave now, I said, grab me a brand new pair of these because the pair I've been using is in the back of the motorcycle. And so, because when I'm looking at the screens, I can't see, with the sun being so bright and not having good eyes, it's easier for me to get these out than get out my foldable ones that are in my pocket. So let's see what else you guys got to say. Okay, so we took the sticker off. And you and Tam are the best. Rob and Tam are the best. You're a good sport, buddy. I love watching you guys when you ride down Main Street, Daytona, especially when you guys get recognized. Since we've been here, it's unreal how many people recognize. We had some Canadians that are way up in Quebec that could barely speak English. Well, one dude couldn't even speak any English, and he's on camera. It's going to come up here in the next day or two, maybe tomorrow. I think I'm working on that video now, and it'll come up, and it's great. They're like, they caught Tam. I watch it, and then she even knew the name of what our channel was. So that gives you something. So some people go, Tom and Tam, or Dave and Tam, or so whatever it is. That's all right. And you can't really hear it on here. He's playing a slot machine over here in the laundromat. We got a slot machine.
He won the jackpot.
Yeah, he's filling up his bag of coins. And so, yeah. So, I just lost my thought. I don't know. Too many things going through my head. So let's see what else we got. Watching you guys when we're talking about riding downtown, down Main Street and stuff. But yeah, meeting so many people this time is just unreal. This is probably beating Sturgis for how many people notice us. There's even people that we haven't even had time to take pictures with. We'll be walking down Main Street and they just shake our hands. And it's like, hey guys, let me watch you. Hey, yeah, you know, and to me, that's the ultimate compliment because that's really what makes me do these videos. I don't really get the trolls so much like I used to when I first started. They complain about everything. Sounded like I was a Mickey Mouse or whatever the case was. And I got almost didn't have a channel. I almost listened to these stupid morons and thought, I had surgery when I was a little kid in my throat. And that I think that's what changed my voice. And it's just weird. And I don't know. It's the way I've been, and I've been that way all my life. And when I was in school, they always said it was very unique, and they wanted to do something with me, but I didn't really understand what that meant. You don't really hear your voice, what you sound like. So, let's see what we got. Please ask Tam to text me tomorrow with details about Friday, Rider X. Okay, she'll do that. Russell says, yep, I watch several motorcycle YouTube channels, and Bob and Tam is the best. Do you guys ever come to Connecticut? We'll be going through Connecticut to... Is Connecticut on the way to New Hampshire? I don't know. I'm not good with the East Coast. I know most of the states, but I think Connecticut might be above New Hampshire. I don't know. I have to look at the map. Can't do it on this phone, and the other phone's running, so that's the only way I can see your comments. Is off of her phone. So after Myrtle Beach, we're taking a slow ride up the coast and going through our 1,000 trail campgrounds. We get to stay at all of them for free. Be there about 2 to 3 days per campground, depending on that. And then we'll get up to Laconia. We're going to stay about 35 miles inland from Laconia. We got one of our subscribers is going to put us up, and got an RV.
Go to that place up in Vermont. That dealership is only like 45 minutes
Yeah,
away.
we're going to try to go to a Vermont dealership. We had a really good. We've talked about that story before about Vermont, and we'll talk more then. Do you guys ever come to... So yeah, Smokey Bear says yes. It must be going... I'm assuming yes that we're going to be going through that. So yes. So what she's planning on is we're thinking right around Memorial Day weekend we'll be really close to Washington, D.C. Other than that, that's the only place I know. She's got the whole schedule made up. If you email us at Bob and A-N-D, Tams, T-A-M-S, at yahoo.com, and right on there you want to know where we're going to be around Connecticut time, we can look on the map and she can see where we got our reservations and where we'll be. We've never really gone up. We've gone just barely into North Carolina. That's about as far up. I've been to Washington, D.C. when I was with the Union. I've been at the White House and all that kind of junk. And I was actually in that bar they were talking about the other day, the oldest bar in Washington, D.C. It's right across from the White House. And downstairs in the bottom is where they used to have all the congressmen, and back when they were good guys, down there meeting and all that stuff. And pretty neat. I didn't have a YouTube channel then. That was about 6 or 7 years ago. Oh, where's the picture window? We seen him today.
Yep.
Nice to see you guys at the riding the buffalo. He was over there when they had the bull riding, the mechanical bull. And he was over there checking out all that. Didn't see him much after that. He was actually with what's that other guy? Harley One. What's that?
Harley Forever?
Harley One Forever, I think is what his YouTube channel is. Younger guy too. It's just kind of started. He got really sunburned today. I was going to tell him his face is really red. Bob, did you get tired of all the guys adoring and hitting on your wife? Speaking of Cam, could you really use some eye candy? Where is she? She's folding clothes. We're at the laundromat. There she is. Wave to everybody. They're looking at you. She's got a
Folding
booby.
laundry.
She's got a booby shirt on. We're thinking about. You guys were so excited about her sexy. Trying the clothes on and stuff. Oh, you can see the laundromat now. I was thinking about a GoFundMe page, and you guys could put a bunch of money together, and she'd buy a whole bunch in Myrtle Beach. She could buy a whole wardrobe, and she'd start wearing those. Because I told her she could wear shorts and stuff like those black shorts. She could wear those when we ride a bike, and she just put her jeans on. We bought jeans a long time ago like that. We bought a pair of jeans that we could put over another pair of jeans, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, they were just the size. I lost weight. And so
No, but I mean, we bought those special jeans that time that were
We
twice as
never
big.
bought
I think I got a pair at home because I think I put them on before and it was still damn big. I can't get them on. We bought them for some reason that we wanted to put another pair of pants under them, or I don't remember what it was.
so we could wear shorts underneath.
Oh yeah, I guess that's what it was. We wanted to wear shorts underneath it so we could, when we got to a rally when it was really hot, we could take the jeans off and we'd have the shorts on and we could run around and then put the jeans back on and get back on the bike. Because it's crazy to wear shorts on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's bad enough I don't wear a jacket or a helmet, but more likely your legs are going to get tore up if you drop the bike or something like that. We've only dropped, well, she got hit. Okay, so we talked about that. Absolutely looking forward to meeting you both. Smokey T Bear. Are you down here, Smokey T Bear? Whoops, it's jumping on me. Absolutely looking, okay. Thanks for panning the camera over there. And we needed that. And Robert Aguilera, good night. He's going to bed. Guys are great. He's in a different time zone, so it's getting late for him. And Herbert, are you going to be at OC, Maryland, and Gettysburg? Well, we're definitely not going to Ocean City. And the reason we decided not to do Ocean City is because we're going to be all the way back over by Arizona. And then to turn around and drive back, that's another 1,000 miles. And the other bad thing is we don't have no place. Well, we got to get to some of these rallies now, especially some of these that lengthy on. Is we've got, well, all of these rallies. We need to find places to stay. That's one of our biggest, other than gas, that's our biggest expense is staying someplace. Now, not that being said, if you all noticed, we had Chase, the promoter now, that is Laconia, Ocean City, Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, and Thunder Beach. He's the promoter now. In some of those locations, he has camping. So we're going to chat with him at the rally and see, because we weren't planning on doing Panama City anymore after this one. But if he would put us up, then yeah, we would continue to cover that. Ocean City, if I knew I had a place to stay and it wasn't going to cost me nothing, and we had electric at least, to run an air conditioner and stuff, or heater, or whatever you need to run at that time, it would be all right. Then it might be an incentive to say, okay, I'll spend the money for the gas to go over there and come back. Plus our driving, you're looking at, like here, it took us, how many days? 5 days?
Yeah.
5 days to get here. Oh yeah, we could do a lot more mileage,
The
but
11th and got here the 18th.
so we left
7
him,
days.
yeah, so we got here 7 days. Took 11th to the 18th. And Tam can't always ride that long in a vehicle. She's got all of her issues that are going on, so some days we can do more, some days we can do less. And we had a couple days last year coming back, we did 650 miles. No, going there last year in the fall. We had 2 days we did 650. So I mean, when you're getting like here, it was almost 2,400 miles to get here from Arizona. So we took 7 days. We're not like, some of these guys are younger and they can do 1,000 miles a day. I can't drive 1,000 miles anymore pulling a trailer. So I don't know if I could just drive my truck 1,000 miles. So we've done 600. I think we had a couple days we've done 700 miles in a day, and just depends on how the wind is and all that. And, sometimes we get out here and the wind's so crazy. So at that point, we don't know. Gettysburg, we don't know. We got to check and see when is Gettysburg and where are we at during that time. Might be a neat one to go check out, because that's kind of along where we're at. But if it's not during You know, if it's not in between Myrtle Beach, yeah. So if it's not in between Laconia and Myrtle Beach, then it runs into a problem because now we're backtracking to get there. Or what the plan was is after we leave Laconia, we'll be taking a ride across the United States to Sturgis. We're going to be in Sturgis 3 weeks ahead of the rally starting. So we got time, but I don't want to backtrack. I don't mind, you know, if Ohio's got something going on, Illinois, well, I don't know, Indiana or something like that had something going on. I don't know if I'd want to even drop down to like Arkansas or Tennessee once we're up that high. So we'll see all about all that. You know, if it's in that time, that might be a possibility. So let's see what else we got. Good night. Robert's going to bed. Bob and Tam's OnlyFans is next. Yes, I noticed them did lose some weight. If you're asking if we lost some weight, I did. I'm down to 221. I lost another pound since we've been here. We're not really weighing, we're not really watching what we're eating. We're not eating. We're still fasting, but we've had a couple mornings I've had have something, and because I'm editing and all that. Oh, it's night, she says, not mornings. And well, see, we're staying up so late. Normally we're in bed probably by 10 o'clock normally. And now we've been, you know, some of these nights we've been up till 1 o'clock. Last night was a late night too. It was after 1 before we finally went to bed. By the time we took our showers and everything. And so that's kind of why we were in bed so long this morning. Stayed in bed till 10. Let's see. I noticed Tam did lose some weight. She lost some weight. She's not, I don't know if she's lost any since she's been here.
I haven't checked.
So she's over here still playing with the laundry. Whoops. Playing with the laundry. Got her coins. She's getting drugs.
I got a few left.
Few what?
A few quarters left.
Yeah. So I think it's been about $20 for laundry again today. That's not too bad.
Did you put money in?
No, you put money in, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Well,
know,
we
but I
spent probably at least $10 or $15 was in the bag, and then whatever you just spent. So, I mean, it's part of doing business. You know, you got to do your laundry. Let's see what else we got here. Scott says, hopefully picking up my new Street Glide special on Saturday. Where do you live, Scott? And what dealership are you going to? Which dealership did you buy your bike from? It's always interesting. We're always looking for good dealerships and things like that. And we tried it, like one of them in Vermont, we're going to try to catch up with them. We met the general, we didn't meet him. We talked to him over the phone over one of our subscribers was upset. And we stepped up and got him a compromise. And it was kind of neat. Are you guys ever coming through Michigan? Could be put up you guys for a week or two. She's got a friend in Michigan, but I don't know. It's kind of up and out of the way. I want to kind of stay away from Chicago. I used to live around Chicago. Not interested in driving through it. I don't know. But a lot of people, what you need to do is if you've got places that you want us to stay at or something like that and you can help us, like we just had somebody yesterday that lives down by Talladega and said, hey, if you ever want to come out of the race, we're 12 miles away. You can put your trailer on the side. We got electric and all this stuff. We help you out. You need to email us because by the time, if I decided, like here, you said you could put us up in Michigan. By the time we're thinking about Michigan, we're going to think, where was those people at that said they could do something with it? We'll never find this live video again. I have no idea. So email us and say that, and then when it comes time, we go back and we can look at it. She'll put it in her phone and say, we can say, that's how we found the guy in Laconia. Because he emailed us and we wrote it all down and she was able to keep finding it. Gettysburg is the weekend after the 4th of July. No, we won't make it because we'll already be almost in Sturgis by then. We like to get to Sturgis right after the 4th of July. So that's already set in stone. How tall are you? I used to be 5'11" and a half. I don't know what I am now. That's what I used to be. Are you all planning to go to the Lone Star Rally in Galveston again? Right now, yes. We've already got reservations down there. We paid for that already, or at least the deposit. We found a cheaper place. We're actually on the Gulf side, on the water there. They had a campground there, which ended up not being too bad, and it was a lot cheaper than the other place. Somebody had recommended the one we stayed at, but we ended up paying a lot of money for that too. It was like $1,500 bucks.
Beach.
Yeah, Jamaican Me Beach. Jamaican Me Beach. We stayed there. It was a really neat campground, but it's more like if you had kids and stuff you brought, it would be more like if they had a water park and all kinds of neat stuff to do, miniature golf and all kinds of neat stuff. But didn't work out. Well, we stayed there. And Galveston, we're going to try the owners that are putting, the promoter that puts it on. It actually owns
Sorry.
some of the bars here in town. And we probably won't get to talk to them now, but we'll talk. We should have done something the other day when you went up in the office.
Oh, yeah, Jay.
Well, you could have talked to, what's her name, when you kept going up in the Iron Horse?
Sally.
Yeah, you could have probably talked to them. And aren't they the ones tied into it?
Well, I talked to Steve, which is Melissa's husband. But
So to where we get that all set up and it's all,
Yeah.
we get full access and everything runs a lot smoother. We were just really, things, they charge you $15 to park downtown and you get to ride up and down Main Street. And if you don't pay the $15, you don't get to ride up and down Main Street. And that kind of sucked. It's not really Main Street, but it's the main drag.
Whatever, yeah, I don't remember the name of the street.
So the Gettysburg is the 4th, right after the 4th of July. I told them that's not going to work.
No, it'll probably be
So
close to
Minnesota
Sturgis by
at
then.
Dave's River Valley, Harley Davidson, a great outfit. So it's in Minnesota, Dave's. He's buying a new bike. He comes
Oh,
up this
okay,
Saturday.
cool.
I asked him
Congratulations.
where the dealership was, and it's in Minnesota, Dave's River Valley. Had never heard of them. That doesn't mean bad or good. I'm going to Sturgis this year. Hope to see you guys. Been watching you for a couple of years now. Thank you. That's KKNUD. And that's the last comment. And so that's which it is. We tried. We don't really actually could not believe this last night. She told everybody last night that we would be on Main Street between 8 and 9 o'clock. Well, we were. Well, we got there a little late. It was about 8:30 by the time we got down there. But we were up on.
The Strand.
We were up on top
Oh.
of the Harley store, up on the balcony with 100 other people. And we didn't hang around there very long. I got some footage. It ended up looking pretty good. I looked at it, didn't know how it was going to turn out. It looks like we got a drone flying over Main Street, but it's not. It's a camera, and we're standing on the balcony. So it was pretty neat to get the shots that I got, but it wasn't. Most people we didn't know. She got to meet Shelley Rossmeyer's, Bruce Rossmeyer's wife. He got killed a few years back, and his wife was there, their mother.
I got to
And so-
meet Diane Baldwin, and she's a hoot. She owns a dealership up in North Carolina, and her husband and Bruce Rossmeyer were best friends. They died a year apart from each other, but
She's still in the dealership?
She sold it. But
They were
she's
yakking.
a party animal.
They were yakking away, and most of the other people we had no idea who they were. We did. It was hot up there, and it was crowded, and I don't do real good with. Just like today at the grease rod lightning at the oil wrestling,
Oh.
it got to be about 10 people deep. We're in the front. We've been standing there 30 minutes already in the hot sun, and after we filmed, they drag that stuff on and on.
Well, I had a really good shot. I was in the corner, and
The same
then
thing happened to me. These girls that were supposed to be like the referees would stand
Right in front of me.
Well, they stood in front of me too. So we had two cameras going, so we got all the footage. But I mean, half of it, the announcer girls just yakking. It's kind of like the bull riding. It went on and on. It's probably a 20-minute bull ride conversation during it for maybe 10 minutes of actually riding.
3 minutes.
Well, it was more than 3 minutes.
Because okay, hold on.
And they just
Okay, are
drag
you
it
ready to
on.
go some more? Because it's
And
gonna.
and then when they bring the other people up, the amateurs up, they
better.
threw them right off. The Strand, and saw you on Mexi Philly channel with Eli. Did you have the steak tips? No, we didn't. Well, see, we had to
I
go.
filmed it.
We had to go across the street because we still needed to get
Broken Spoke.
because that's
And
Jay.
it's getting dark.
Yeah, and we need to get Jay. He's the announcer there, and we need to get him. That video hasn't come up yet. That's hopefully the video I'm gonna do tomorrow. And
I don't know when you're gonna do that.
early in the morning. I gotta get up extra early because I don't have a video for tomorrow. So yeah, I was on Mexi Philly. It was kind of a last minute thing. I just walked up to him and he's like, "You want to get on the channel?" And I'm like, "Okay." He says, "You can do a shout out." Well, I didn't know he was gonna be gone that long. She said it was about an hour I was on there.
Because I went all through the Iron Horse, upstairs, downstairs, and I went everywhere. Talked to a bunch of people, met some subscribers, took some pictures, did the beef tips and all that stuff, and came back and
He had like 70 people on his channel, which is probably about the busiest. I'm not always looking at all the YouTube channels, but I mean, I click on his every now and then. And
Webster, Florida.
He
I don't know where that
had
is.
like 70 people on. And I was like, holy crap, there's a lot of you guys on here. And and he gave me that chance to talk, and we talked a little bit about our channel and stuff. And that might have been why we got another, I think, 20 or 30 subscribers today. Might have came from his channel. And he's different. He's a nice guy. And Some people
always
like
says
him,
that.
some people don't.
We'll see somebody, and he'll talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and we'll turn around and leave. He's like, wow, they really talked. I said, it wasn't them. And for somebody that never talked, he's making up for it now.
I talk about things that I know.
So where's Webster, Florida, Terry? I don't know where that's at or how close we'll be. Tell me,
So we're going to be, after this Sunday, we're heading to Orlando. We'll be there about 14 days. Then we're going down to Fort Myers. We'll be there 4 or 5 days. Then we're going to Port Charlotte, which is going to be over there by Black Widow, Harley Davidson. We'll be
And it's
there
Twisted
for
Fork?
about 9 or 10 days there. Then we go back to Orlando for another
14 days.
days, and then we're gonna hop, skip, and jump over to Panama
Panama
City,
City.
and we'll be at the Raccoon Resort. And
River Raccoon.
and then from there we shuffle on up to Myrtle Beach. We'll be in the
We
state
had a
park.
whole week to get there. Last time, I think we only had like 3 days.
Yeah,
So that'll be nice. Well, no, it had to be more than that because we stayed 2 days in Savannah.
maybe we can stay with Dane Kite.
Oh, in Jacksonville?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
He didn't know he lived there. He
No?
said, "Come on by, I got electricity."
Well, I knew
and
they
all that
lived in
stuff."
Jacksonville, but I didn't know
Didn't know
that
they
he
had
had
a-
a spot that
yeah.
we could park at.
Yeah, so we might take
They
advantage
got a
of
hot
that.
tub and they said they got wine. Oh, I don't drink wine, but
So we might take that advantage
Daddy
of.
Diesel says, howdy from Ohio.
There you go. And so yeah, it's been a pretty good rally. It's there's times I've been to Daytona here and not been very impressed with what goes on and stuff like that. And overall here it's not been too bad this time. And especially when you come back a few times like that, you start to get used to some things. You get to learn some of the roads. Some of the roads you learn, stay off the one, stay off the A1A. There's Nova Road.
Well, we thought we'd find Clive Morris Road because it goes all the way from Port Orange all the way to Granada. And I thought this is going to be a great place because there's not many stop signs. And we took it a time or two, and then when we took it the other day, it was bumper to bumper. And I think all the locals think
Well, it
that's
goes right past the International Speedway, and there's all those schools that teach
Aeronautics.
Yeah. And so I don't know if that's it, why the traffic's so bad, or if it's just a main road that people. I mean, what's weird here is it's 3:30 in the afternoon, and it's bumper to bumper traffic. It's like I can't believe these people go to work at 7 and they're getting off at 3:30. I just can't believe there's that many people that have that kind of shift. Or it could be just the old people driving around, got nothing better to do. So we're from the old people. It was between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. After that, they weren't nowhere around before that or after.
because they don't get up early and they go to bed. They can't drive after dark. So they're at 5 o'clock, they're in.
That's our snowbirdies.
Yeah. So Terry Scott said big flea market on Monday and bike show first weekend of every month.
Where?
I don't know.
Is that Webster?
He didn't say where.
Webster,
Yeah,
Florida?
Webster, Florida.
We'll
Yeah.
have to look. But you need to email us that. bobandtams@yahoo.com. It's all spelled out. No apostrophe S, just Tams like there's more than one of her.
Wouldn't that be scary? You already got multiple personalities. Could you imagine having multiple people?
Thought she was crazy now. I'd have 2 of them to be crazy with.
Anyway, we've been on an hour and 37
Yeah,
minutes.
quite a few people watching.
72.
So today was Cackleberry. We went over there and checked that all out. And it's a pretty neat place. I don't know if I'd want to spend my whole time there. Ratfink's done it before.
And they like it there.
But it's
It's kind of like a
it's
little
kind
bit like
of
Buffalo Chip.
Very similar, but not really similar. But I mean, they don't really have big concerts.
Sumner County.
And so I don't know if I. The bad thing is the traffic out there is just just
And
awful.
to get out, to come back to where we were coming from, you can't do it. You cannot make
No
any
left-
left turns
yeah.
nowhere. Crazy. I'm like, you.
They're letting cars go down Main Street again. Started last night. They about
I think
9
if it
o'clock.
rains.
They let it, and then last night today when we drove by, they were letting cars come down again. And I don't know why they just don't say screw you. Cars can't come down ever during bike week. That's the way it should be. And we've driven around with our truck too. But I mean, we do it usually before the rally. I don't go down there. I wouldn't even think like here. We went down there last night with the truck, but we parked. Great place to park if you got a vehicle. Is come over the bridge on Main Street. And as soon as you get over the bridge, right at the bottom, make a right-hand turn. That's actually Shelley Rossmeyer's parking lot.
They own that.
And they charge $10 to park a car there. And it's a nice lot, and they actually have a guy that stays around there until later. By the time we came back after the rain, he was gone. or before it rained, he was gone. It was probably, I don't know, 10 o'clock. Remember we went on the live last night? The guy was already gone when we got there. You looking up your map?
Yeah, I was looking to see. He may not be very far away from us when we're
Well,
at
we're also
Four
thinking
Corners.
about,
Yeah,
what'd you
there's
say
the
that
27.
that other bike rally's at that's by Tampa? Is it next weekend?
Brooksville.
There's a rally in Brooksville. We might go do a Saturday over there. I think somebody said it was by Tampa. So we might ride the bike over there if the weather's halfway decent. I'm not going to run the truck all the way over there with gas. I don't
So
need to see it that bad.
Terry, you're not too far from us when we're in Orlando, because we're off the 27 there. Where's Four Corners?
I'm on the wrong
So
line.
that, well, there's Leesburg, so yeah, we'll be right around in there. Is that the 4? Where's the 4? Well,
It might be the 4 right there. Either this is the 4 or that's the 4.
of course, it won't tell me. Don't you love the map when you open it bigger and everything gets smaller? Drives me
It stays
nuts.
the same size.
No, it does not.
Got more comments. Don't worry
Well,
about the map.
anyway,
You have to email us. Let us know
Harry the Farmer's on.
your address,
That's what
not
I
your
like
address,
about
but where you're at,
Sturgis. No cars.
and we'll
Down Main Street.
write you back and let you know where we're at during that time. And if you got things, we're looking to. There's a guy that has a Facebook page. He's like kind of like a promoter. I don't know his name right off, but he's on my page, and he lets know a lot of the rallies and the dealerships and all these different parties going on and stuff. And we'll be hitting some of those during the time we're there, and so that'll all be let you know when that comes out, because we really won't be making any plans in Orlando until we get there. We're not even thinking about Orlando at this point. Maybe on Monday I'll start looking to see, okay, what's going on the next 14 days. And then same thing with Fort Myers. We won't be planning Fort Myers till we get down there. Just because, you can't look at the weather, you can't figure out. Like I say, we want to do, more than anything else, we probably want to ride the motorcycle as much as possible while we're...
Gas prices.
Yeah. We can get a little better gas mileage on that than I can with the big truck.
So Randall says, oh, I know it is. I got to do my Espanol.
Too bad.
No, it's not. I got to.
No comprende.
Yes, I have to. So Joe Fuller says hi, and he says thanks for all the Patreon things, and he likes the wet uncut posts on Patreon. So Joe's one of our Patreon subscribers. So he's telling everybody, go to Patreon, you can see stuff you won't see on the regular channel.
We'll have a bunch of that coming
Russell
up here
Wood
next week.
says, even if gas hits $10 a gallon, he's still riding his bike. Scott Schuler says, thumbs up Russell. So Scott must be one of our Patreon too. Patreon people. Randall says gas prices may start to affect people traveling. We've already heard a lot of people saying they're canceling their, they were all excited that COVID's over and they can travel the country, and they were going to have all these trips planned for summer vacation.
Is your
with their
laundry all
kids.
done?
Yeah, it's all
I'll
done.
carry it out. You can yak it. Wait, it should be all by herself. Get special time with you.
And then,
She runs out of... She got no shirt on again.
yes, I do. I have a shirt on. Stop. So,
No. Red flag you.
yeah.
For
and
showing
then
too much
you won't
cleavage.
see, won't get any money for this one. So anyway, I don't know what I was saying. But Harry the Farmer, or Hare Farmer, I always say Harry the Farmer. No cars on Main Street. Yeah, I think they were not even letting Polaris's, the side-by-sides, go down anymore, because I think it was last year, they knocked over a couple bikes when they made a turn. So they're just too wide. And it's tough for trikes to get down. I've seen that before too. Please let me know, does Tam ever do picture? No, I can't. I never was able to do that, so don't know. I can't make my bells jingle. He showed me a video. This girl was doing jingle bells. Jingle bells. I can't do that. No. So, anyway, tomorrow is Tropical Willie's bike show, so we'll be going to that. After that, we might go up to Flagler Beach and have lunch, depending on the weather and if the rain holds off. Be praying that it doesn't rain, because Willie's Tropical Show is for veterans, and it's for a good cause, and they make a lot of money for that. So I'm hoping it's not going to rain at all tomorrow. If it does, maybe just, it's nice kind of when it gets overcast from the clouds, from the sun, because it's a little bit of a reprieve from the sun, because it's been pretty warm down here. Nothing like it was last year. We came down last spring and it was pretty chilly. So they said it's been unusually warm this time of year for Florida. Some of the people that we know, Deb and Mike and all of them. So if you're watching Deb and Mike, we didn't go to Flagler Beach today. We went to Cackleberry. So maybe tomorrow when we see you up there, you can go to Flagler Beach with us. So I don't see any more comments. So it's getting late. What time is it? So the East Coast time is almost 11. Oh my gosh. Another late night. Because he probably needs to do a video for tomorrow. He should at least get it started. So after we leave here, we'll get back to the trailer and get some videos done. Charlie already ate, so I'll probably have to go outside and take a shower and go to bed. So does anybody have any more questions before we head out? Bob took all the laundry out. It's back out in the truck, so we can leave and go back to the trailer now. Nobody's writing anything. What else was I going to say? We went out tonight with Rat Pink and his wife and his brother and ate at Krabby's again, Krabby's Oceanside. Scott says goodnight. Russell says goodnight, 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 goodbye. We all need to rest. Yes, we do, Randall. You're, I guess you're only an hour ahead. You're in Central Time Zone, aren't you? Steven says goodnight. So we hope you all had a good time. I guess they're all saying goodnight. I told them you had all the laundry put away and we were going to leave.
So the last thing I'm going to say is thinking about Cackleberry is like Ratfink said today when we were talking to him. I think if I did Cackleberry, you'd want to be there with other people that you knew. Just for the fact that I think that would make it more fun to where you had stuff around your RV or whatever. You could have time to talk to people and have some fun with them. And because I think it would be, if it was just us there the whole time filming it, I don't think there's enough there to keep us occupied. That's just my opinion of that. Not like the Buffalo Chip, but I mean, that's two different places. And so, I don't know. That would be the only thought I have.
Just like Mexico. If any of you want to go down to Mexico with us,
yep,
we're only going to go if
we get people
some
that
of
want
you
to go.
guys go with us.
And we're not filming if we're not. So it's not a big deal if we do or don't. But it's a really fun party. I would film it if we went. But I mean, we're only going to film the fun stuff that we're doing, not going around looking for stuff. But I mean, it would be a lot more fun with a bunch of people going down there. And you don't need a lot of people. You got 6 to 10 people go. It would be plenty of people to go, and that's why I said you could all get together, and we could probably find a deal for you guys to get a house to rent if you wanted to do something like that. Your cousin lives there, but I mean, until somebody says they want to do it, we're not going to spend the time trying to get that set up for you. And I think that'd be a great way to end the season up. And I mean, that's in November. It's like the second weekend of November. You got to come across the Arizona border. There's a place we can leave.
It's called Lukeville.
We found a place to leave our RV at, but I mean, it wasn't that much. $40 a night or $50 a night. It wasn't that much. And we wanted something where I could plug it in.
Well, we're not going to be able to take Charlie. No. Charlie won't be able to be with us. No.
And well, we'd be home before that, though. Because we would be home before we go to Galveston in October. So we'd be home. And the idea was we wanted to go down and do some camping along the coastline of the Gulf and stuff. Camp on the beach. Always wanted to do that and at least do one night. Say we done it, did it, done it, did it, done it, did it.
All the sand in the trailer.
And so we'll see what happens. So with that, we're going to leave you here. And if you're down here tomorrow, we're going to be down over there at Willie's Tropical Tattoo right there on the 1. He's down there. It's Holly Hills, Ormond Beach area there.
Holly Hills.
It's at Holly Hills. Mm-hmm. And great place. Usually park on the side there on the right. They got all that grass there you can park in. Make sure you bring something to put your kickstand on if the ground's getting muddy. But I mean, right now the ground's still hard as a rock here. We haven't got that much rain. Until Cackleberry starts floating away, then we'll know we had a lot of rain. Back there in the back 40. We didn't make it back that far. I could see him back there, but we didn't walk back there. It started raining. So we'll leave it at that. So it's been pretty fun so far, and we'll see you on our next live. And depends, maybe tomorrow we might have a connection there at Willie's. And if I got some kind of connection, maybe we'll go online just a little bit and let you see that. Because the bike show, we won't show that till later on either. I like to do a lot of those videos when we have more time to where I can edit them and make them look a little nicer than these quick videos that we put up.
Down in Mexico, Randall, he wants to know if there's a place to leave his truck and trailer. Is that where you're talking about, Mexico?
Yeah. So we do have a place, but I mean, it's a campground that we paid. But I mean, we might be able to find, if we had a bunch of people that were just going to bring, you know, they were going to haul their bikes down in cargo trailers and needed a place to park their vehicle, we could probably call that place and see if they had something or if they knew somebody that we could leave stuff
Well,
at.
I think somebody at that campground knows the people at the gas station next door. It's their brother, uncle,
Yeah, the gas station is where you buy your
grandpa, dad.
yeah.
your
So we got our
insurance.
insurance and all that. It
But
costs like
it's
74
got a pretty
bucks.
big lot, so I mean, maybe
I
they'd
don't know.
let you
We'll
park
have to
there.
ask and
But if you
see.
want, we can, if you're interested, we can
Yes.
find out
So email us at the Bob and Tams, all spelled out.
at yahoo.com.
That's right. And we can look into all that for you guys. And if
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up before you leave.
that we well, you can actually spend about 3 days with us. And it's right down there on the Sea of Cortez.
And hear him talk for 3 whole days.
I work a lot too, which is like today. There was a couple people that stood there and talked to her, and I was out videotaping because it's like I'm working. So I'll say hi to you and talk to you a few minutes, and other than that, I'm shuffling off to get some footage. So,
All right.
anybody
So,
else?
no, they're just giving us a thumbs up and saying, that's
And
correct.
we're going to leave you right here at the Pating.
Nation.
Thank you all for hanging out, and we're putting those back on the video, so you'll be hearing it at the end if you make it all the way to the bitter end.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you guys all
Look,
soon
we'll show you where
at the
in the
laundromat.
laundromat. It's a really clean laundromat.
It's very
It said it.
nice.
It's what's the address of the place?
I don't know, it's
Remember?
on Spruce Tree Road or something like that.
There's only one guy in here. He's been here the whole time.
Or folding our clothes, getting laundry done. It's open until midnight, so that's nice too.
And it's not too bad. Got a little fancy music going on.
Yeah.
And so we're going to leave you at that. We'll see you all tomorrow and at Willie's Tropical.
Tattoo Bike Show.
Yep. Bye. Bye.